Hello everyone, it's Ty. Today we're doing something a little different. Normally I jibber jabber while doing an activity, but today I hope it's okay that the jibber jabber is the activity. I want to talk about the severe dearth of husbandos in the HoYoverse and whether it's actually as bad as it seems. If you don't know, a little Ty lore, I'm exclusively a husbando puller. While Silverwolf did hack her way in as an exception, I mean, I really dig the hacking reality aesthetic. Sombra was my main in Overwatch, and Robin ended up accidentally coming home with Moza. I still prefer to only pull for the guys. Why? I'm not sure really. I think when I first started playing Genshin last year, I just decided that since everyone was cuckoo for waifus, I'd be cuckoo for husbandos. And that worked out pretty well. Risley, Baiju, Sino, Bennett, Razor, Toma, I was awash in male 5 stars and 4 stars, limited, rerun, and standard banner. That meant I always had someone to be excited for. Then, when I started Star Rail a little while later, it seemed to be the same. Plenty of new characters coming out, plenty of rerun males to get along the way. But in 2024, things felt like they were starting to dry up. With Genshin, I'd picked up basically all of the most important reruns and was excited for the arrival of 5.0 to get some Pyro males, but all we got was Kanich and Ororon, and there was a 2 to 3 month wait between them. In Star Rail, it started to get terrible with a 3-month wait between Boot Hill and Jiao Cho, then another 3-month wait between Moza and Sunday. And in Zenless, good God, sure, we had Seth in 1.1, but that still took 6 weeks from 1.0 launch. And then it took 3 more patches after that, and 3 more months to get lighter. 5 months from launch in July before we got our first limited S rank male. And while we did get Haramasa immediately after that, 1.5's just Evelyn and Astra. As of recording this, I don't know if we're going to get any news of Hugo Vlad in 1.6 or not. But even if we do, at earliest, the first half of 1.6 is March 5th. But more likely, because he's a male character, that would be the second half, March 26th. 2 more months. And if not 1.6, we'll add at least another 6 weeks, a month and a half, to that. I mean, that's certainly a problem. The months, the waiting. The last time before March that I'll get to make a pull video is January 22nd, if I decide to pull for Tartaglia in Genshin's Chronicle Wish. Haven't decided about that yet. I guess I'll just see. Beyond that, no idea. Genshin 5.4 has only had drip from Mizuki, and while we did get an air quotes fun silhouette preview of the upcoming characters, one of which I think is Aoife, and another is supposedly some Mondstadt priest guy whose name escapes me. Well, they'd be at earliest March 26th, if it's on the first half of 5.5. But again, because it's a male character, it's more likely to be on the second half, which would be April 16th. 3 more months. And Star Rail, admittedly, we have the drip from Mide in 3.1, but he's, of course, on the second half, March 18th. March at the earliest, possibly into April, further still for the unknowns. 2, 3, 5 months before a new male character across these games. Ugh. I mean, okay. On the one hand, it's actually great, because if, like me, you only pull husbandos, we have all the time in the world to save up pulls. As a result of that sort of thing, I've been fortunate enough to get every character I've wanted, and even some splurging craziness where I got weapons or dupes, like, M4P1 Haramasa. On the other hand, it's just so long a wait. But is it actually a problem? I mean, yes, obviously it's taxing to the resolve to play the game sometimes. Why am I playing this game that I never get new units in? But I mean, is it an explicit decision being made by the developers to not release male characters? With the help of a little bit of data and a little bit of copium, nah, I don't think so. Across the entirety of version 4, Genshin released 6 male characters. Certainly not a lot in comparison to the number of female characters, but given that version 4 spanned 9 patches, That's a little more than one every other patch. And while version 3 did have more than version 4 at 7 male characters across its 8 patches, version 2 had only 5 male characters across its 8 patches. And excluding launch characters, version 1 only added 5 male characters across its 7 patches. So to say that they are releasing fewer male characters would be inaccurate. Looking at the actual numbers, it almost seems as if they're releasing male characters in order to meet a quota. Not sure how I feel about the idea of that, though, so we'll just move past it for now. Version 5 has only had 3 patches, and about 4 months to show us what it's got. And we've already gotten 2 guys and been teased with possibly 2 more. Seems to me we're mostly on track for reaching those same kinds of numbers. And a more conspiratorial mind could see it as proof of a surprise Capitano or Jablanque in our future. Anyway, Zenless has had 9 months and 5 patches to exist, yet there have only been 3 male characters in that time. That's definitely pretty rough, but it's still too early to say how things are going to go there. Will there be more? Maybe. Surely. Hopefully. As mentioned, there's talk of Hugo Vlad possibly having been seen in the 1.5 trailer, so maybe he'll be announced soon. And who knows, maybe there could be other guys that just pop out of nowhere. We got Big Daddy that could be added, and then of course Seth's brother maybe? Unfortunately, we just have to wait and see. But I mean, Star Rail, hell, Star Rail released 7 guys across the entirety of version 2. That's nearly 1 every patch between 2.0 and 2.7. It just didn't feel like it because of all the weeks to months of waiting in between. And we're already certain of at least 3 more in the coming patches, Mide, Amaxa, and Painon. We just have to be patient. And I think that's the hard part. Patience. So, no, I don't think Hoyo is slowly releasing fewer males until they just never release any again. We just don't have all of the information yet, so it seems like that's what's happening. We're definitely suffering from a drought in that we're always having to wait months and months between men. But in the grander scheme of it all, we do seem to be getting them at a pretty regular pace. Just certainly not as often as we think we'd like. And I do mean think we'd like. Because if we were to get Husbandos dropped as often as waifus, we'd be frustrated instead by not being able to get them all since we'd never get a chance to save for them. And that's where we, the Husbando collectors, actually have it so much better. We can take solace in what we have that the waifu players don't. An overabundance of pulls with which to actually get the characters we want without having to sell our kidneys. As long as we can be patient. Now, if only we could do something about the very funny joke of making all the Star Rail men imaginary. Well, thanks for sticking around while I ramble. This is my first scripted video, and I may try to do more of these because I kind of like this format. I get to use more of the fun editing that I've been figuring out. If you like this sort of thing, or the other things that I do, feel free to like and subscribe, hit the bell to be notified when I post something again, and leave a comment about your take on the drought. Do you agree with me, or is it actually way worse than I realize? Let me know down below. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!